Welcome to OpenHome.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris G here from OpenHome. So excited to be with you here for another great Ability Spotlight video where we're showcasing what our community is creating on the OpenHome platform. Now, today I'm so excited to introduce to you one of our favorite abilities, small but mighty, powerful, the stock price checker. Now, if you're not sure exactly what abilities are, go check out some of our other content. At a high level, they're basically plugins that OpenHome personalities can actually access and run with specific trigger words. So if you say a specific keyword, you can trigger any type of ability or programs that you're able to create in the OpenHome web application. If you're not sure what a personality is, again, check out some of our other content, but at a high level, they're basically pre-programmed AI agents that you'll write a system prompt for and customize with a voice. Now, if you know, if you ever used mainstream frontier LLMs, you'll know that those LLMs are basically limited on their training data and they don't have access to the latest information that's connected to the internet. They may have access to that with their tools on their front end platforms, for example. They may have allow you to search the web. But if you're using an LLM via an API, for example, you're going to be limited on the training data up to a specific date. So they don't necessarily have the most up-to-date information, in this case, specifically to check the price of a stock. So what did our community do? Well, they utilized OpenHome Abilities to basically access a third-party API that had stock price information. And then basically by saying a set of keywords asking what the price of a stock is, you can then tap that API to get that information and check the real-time price of any publicly traded company. So we're going to go ahead and check that out, shall we? Here we're in the OpenHome marketplace. This is going to have all of our personalities and all of our abilities right there at your fingertips. In this case, I'm going to scroll down to the abilities section, and I'm going to go and I'm going to look up our stock abilities. In this case, we have our stock price checker. So I'm going to install that. So now you can see I've installed it successfully. I can jump over here to my abilities and I can click on my installed abilities. And here you can see I've installed the stock price checker. Now here I can customize these specific trigger words. I can enable this if I want to turn it on or off. And I can tell the system, hey, I want this to be personality specific, or I want all my personalities to have access to this ability. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and add a set of trigger words. So I'm going to say, check the stock price. So by saying check the stock price, I am then going to trigger this ability that has a preset script within my conversation with my personality. So how does that work? Let's jump into our OpenHome personality here.
Oh, hey, how's it going? What brings you here today?
Check the stock price.
Which stock would you like to check? For example, Apple or Google?
So in this case, you can see here by saying this specific keyword, I've then triggered this ability. And these abilities are going to be able to access that information. They also handle error handling. So if there's a specific error, it can't understand me and there's a fallback necessary, it'll also handle that. So let's give it a shot, shall we? NVIDIA.
The current price of NVIDIA is $177.75 US.
Awesome. So you can see here, it just pulled the latest price for NVIDIA and it says it's $177.75. Let's check the validity of that. We're going to open up a new tab here. We're going to drop in NVIDIA and we can see here it's $177.75. That lines up exactly with the latest stock price there. And we were able to access that right there with our ability. Now, let me show you something else here. So I'm going to go back to my marketplace. Now, again, these abilities will work with any one of these personalities. So let's say I'm talking to Leonardo da Vinci and I want him to check the stock price of Apple.
Salve, my friend. It is a delight to meet a curious mind. Ask me anything you wish, and together let us explore the wonders of art, science, and invention.
So you can see what's cool here is you can see it's a different voice or accent. It's a little bit more personalized specifically to act like Leonardo da Vinci. In this case, we're going to use it to trigger our system-wide ability here. Check the stock price.
Which stock would you like to check? For example, Apple or Google?
Now, what's cool here is I can say the same keyword that I've just programmed. It's going to trigger the stock price checker, and Leonardo is going to respond in character, right? So it said the exact same script, but in this case, in the thematic Leonardo da Vinci voice, Italian. Apple.
The current price of Apple is 276,7 USD.
Okay, and we're going to go ahead and check the current price of Apple. So 236.70 and 236.70. There you go. So that's how you check the price of stocks using OpenHome Abilities. Those can range from specific personalities you want to use that for, specific stock prices, specific companies you want to understand. You can take that same functionality and expand it out to a variety of different use cases. But this is one of our favorite ones here. Simple yet powerful. So that's how you check the prices using stock prices using OpenHome. I'm Chris G, showcasing the power of what you can build. Get out there, developers, build some cool stuff. Thanks for joining. Take it easy. See you on the next one.